Hello from Italy. It's Amanda, and as I promised in one of my last video posts that I did on the weekend when I covered some wonderful layering and combinations, I'm going to do gourmet fragrances. Gourmand. What is gourmand? It's a fragrance that reminds us of food or quite often fruit and other combinations of spices and fruit, and sometimes creamy, lactonic, caramel, vanilla, could be strawberry, could be millions of things. So today I've got 9 wonderful gourmands that I found to show you, and the best news of all is they don't cost a pretty packet. They are all under 50, and in fact most of them are around 20, and that's my sweet spot. So if you've been following me for a while, you'll know that I try to focus on affordable perfumes because most people don't have €200 to blow on a bottle of perfume that they're not sure about. So all of these come highly recommended. I bought them in a 100ml bottle, normally online, but I do have a supply in Italy. I generally buy from Notino, but there's a couple that I buy from. So none of them are fake perfumes. They're all wonderful. But luckily, quite a few of them, of all my perfumes that I have in my collection, just happen to be quite similar to the big money designer perfumes. So I don't call them dupes because I don't like that whole idea that you dupe a perfume, but there are lots of similarities, and you stick with me. Please subscribe if you haven't already. It's a known fact that many people watch without remembering to subscribe, and it would help me enormously if you could subscribe right now. Just go down, hit the red subscribe, and there's a little bell. If you hit the bell, it means you'll be updated when I have a new video coming out, and you can choose to watch it. And please don't forget to like. It makes a huge difference to me to know what I'm doing and whether you're watching and you're enjoying it. Please feel free to leave me a comment if you want to ask something or comment on something you've had, and whether you agree or not, or whether you like it or not. Super. I love hearing from you. So as I mentioned, it's coming from Italy. It's slightly cooler than it was in my last video, thank goodness. So yeah, I think I won't have to have a fan on me all the time. I've got the last roses from the garden, these lovely blood red, very romantic roses to keep us company while we do this nice review on some great gourmands. So number one, straight up, here we are. So Pascal Morobito is a line of perfume out of Paris that it just cannot be beaten. Just like wine, there are perfumers who make a niche brand on top and then a brand for everybody else who might want to buy perfume in the world. And it doesn't mean the quality's less, and it doesn't mean the packaging's less. This is a beautiful, like porcelain white bottle that's super fantastic. And I've fallen in love with this perfume. I do like white in general, but don't be tricked into think it's white flowers. It isn't. If you want to know about Pascal Morobito, because I've done another post on it, which I'll link up, if you click on the description box and the downward looking arrow, just click on that. It'll bring up the list of the perfumes I've reviewed and where you can find those. So Pascal Morobito, this is called Pure Pearl. And what does it have? Oh, I'm in love with this. I call this my ice cream fragrance, and if you love ice cream, you'll go crazy about this fragrance. On the top, it's lovely and fresh. It has that tiny bit of citrus, but not an astringent citrus, and a little touch of bergamot. But then what comes in is this lovely pear. It's almost like pear sweets or pear drops, or stewed pears, fresh, that lovely fresh pear note. It's got gardenia and heliotrope on the white flower spectrum, and then it's got this lovely vanilla tonka bean musk that makes it so, it's so delicious. It is lactonic, but it's creamy, and it is just like having a very high quality Italian vanilla ice cream. or maybe a fior di latte ice cream. Absolutely delicious. And as I say, about €20 I paid for this, with some others that I've got. I've got 3 Pascal Morabitos for us today. The next one in my Pascal Morobito collection is this one, and it's called Pearl Precieuse. This line is all named after pearls. And this Pearl Precieuse, the pink one I call it, this is my go-to when I want to cheer myself up or feel happy or just, oh my goodness, it's too delicious. It is so delicious. So right on the front, it has this kind of mandarin, lovely fresh fruit note, and the rhubarb. So if you like rhubarb and you like stewed rhubarb, that's the gourmand part. It's got rhubarb in it and I adore it. And then the pear comes in, fruity citrusy notes as well. It's got tuberose, it's got rose, and then the musk and the vanilla as the end notes that I absolutely adore. What I failed to mention on number 1, this one, sorry, this is an absolute dupe of Dio Hypnotic Poison. So if you like hypnotic poison, that's a good substitute if you'd rather not spend the big money. Okay, so this pink pearl I use as a go-to standard in summer. It's got that lovely rhubarb, as I mentioned, the pear, the fruit, the citrus, the tuberose, rose, musk, vanilla. You get a lot for your money. Then this green one, which is the first Pascal Morobito of this fresh line that I ever got, because I bought, I think, 5 of them, all of them for under €20, that is. This number 3 has got cardamom. So cardamom is often used in Indian desserts and Indian curries and lots of food. So it's got cardamom, the mandarin, and the orange blossom. It's fresh and gorgeous, and in summer, a dream. It's just lovely. And then on the dry down, it's got cloves, another spice, cloves, musk, and patchouli. Very, very gorgeous. So those 3, the pink, the green, and the white. Let's see if I can hold them all in one, well, in 2 hands maybe. There we are. Those are fabulous. So we started with those. Another Pascal Morobito, which is really on the sweet side. Those of you who've watched me know that I'm not a big sweetie fan. I'm not big on sweets, but this is Beautiful Girl, also by Pascal Morobito, on their really very economical line. It's got a beautiful sort of Bordeaux looking bottle. It's a bit sweet for me, but I know that there's people here who are going to love it, because there are lots of people who love sweet. I mean, if you look at Le Veste de Vie and all of the fragrances, you know, Gourmand Sparkling, all of those fragrances are super sweet. Armani C, Armani, My Way, the market has gone very sweet. So if you're a sweetie, and that's lovely, I love sweeties, there we are. But I think you're going to love this. It's called Beautiful Girl. Couldn't be sweeter and nicer. That's again very sweet on the creamy end. Okay, great. So now we're moving on to Cabotine. Now you've probably seen me review Cabotine, the green Cabotine, which I call the Jolly Green Giant that everyone knows about. So many reviewers have reviewed it. And it's lovely. It's full of white flowers. It's very heady. This is the same line, Cabotine. This has a lovely printed metallic beautiful bottle with roses on and thorns, as you can see, and it says Cabotine Rosalie. Can you see that there? Let's see if you can see that. So pull off this lovely cap. This one has a black flower cap. The others I have the gold, and I also have the Cabotine original green with the green cap. So this one is a true gourmand. And what does it smell of? Well, I'm going to tell you. So this is super popular as a gourmand. Quite hard to find online, but you might be lucky. And I can always help you by putting some links downstairs. So Cabotine, the only way I can sort of describe this, it has a little bit of lemon, the bergamot on the top, but not a sharp lemon, a very sort of soft. And then in comes the biscuit. So if you like cookies and you like biscuit, it's not terribly sweet, but it has this, the only way I can describe it is a lemony biscuit. So those lovely crisp lemony tea biscuits that you sometimes get in a very posh place where you go to have tea. Thin, crispy lemony biscuit. That's what this has. Maybe a cupcake that has a touch of lemon and lime, but just the lovely creaminess of the cake. It's got a definite cake smell. Maybe a lemon cake, for those of you who love to bake lemon cake. That's what it is. It's lemony biscuit, lemony cake. That's what it is. And obviously it has rose because it's named after Rosalie. It's part of my rose collection. And the rose is there, but it's very gourmand and a little bit spicy, the rose. But I think this is very enigmatic, this perfume. And I think so many people will love it. And I'm imagining that many of you will love it as a gourmand. There we are. So there it is. Again, very reasonably priced. Comes in that kind of box like that. 100 mils again. I always buy 100 mils. And that, I think, will keep many of you very happy. Moving on to an Italian. Now, you know that my Instagram name is Italy Vintage Perfumes. Well, I love it, Italian Vintage Perfumes. And here's one of them. Franco Ferré. I swear by this in summer. I couldn't be without it. You can see my lips in the middle of it. It's like a block of ice. It's a beautiful bottle. Ferré Rose, it says on it, if you can see there. And it has this lovely embossed writing on the bottom that looks like melting ice. And this is unbelievably fantastic on a day when you're dying of heat, when you don't know if you're going to get through the day, like me. Well, in the last week, it rained today, so we're a bit fresher, but not much. It's still pretty hot. So on those days when you want to go to the office and freshen up and you don't want to have tons of silage or something heavy, this is your go-to. It's stunning. So what does this have in it? So obviously it's rose. It has a very sort of gentle, soft spring rose, lovely and fresh, but it has watermelon. It has a gorgeous watermelon note, and I'm kind of addicted to it. I have 2 bottles. I bought 200 ml bottles. Every now and then I get greedy because there's a sale on my supply here in Italy, and they had a sale. So I bought 2 of this, 200 ml. So I've got a backup bottle, and I couldn't be without it. You can literally put quite a bit on because it's not a heady perfume. It's light and fresh and sunny. And when you come into a room, I've had so many compliments. Oh gosh, you smell like a fresh summer breeze. Very nice. So Franco Ferré, it's all of these that I'm reviewing have some kind of let's say crossover with some very expensive unique perfumes, but I don't like to mention them because I think it's nice for you to discover as you go along. But I've discovered that lots of them do have a correlation with some of the big names. So I hope you don't mind if I have a sip of my rosé wine, since we're having these fresh, lovely gourmet. This is a rosé wine that has rose petal notes and a little bit of mandarin in it. I love it. A touch of strawberry in this wine too. Who doesn't love a rosé wine? Anyway, moving on. I don't know what number we're on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, this could be number 6, I think. Sorrentica is a line. I bought this out of UK. I think it's made in the United Arab Emirates, but I could be wrong. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah. And honestly, they such value for money. It comes in this little tube, this cardboard tube. The bottle is super psychedelic with this very pink sort of metallic top that pops off with a Sorrentica on the top. This is handbag sized. I mean, you could keep it in the tube just to preserve it, but this is called Floral Rose. I've got 6 different ones of these, and I'm going to do the others when I do my Oriental perfume post. That's upcoming in a future post, so don't forget to subscribe. This is called Floral Rose Sorrentica. And that's what the bottle looks like. It's just nice to hold. It's handbag sized, as I mentioned. Lovely for a gift for someone you love. just as a nice stocking filler or as a gift for Christmas or birthday. Floral Rose, and what I love about this Gourmand is it's just a hit of strawberry. It's a hit of gorgeous strawberry. It fills the whole room. I don't know if you've ever picked those strawberries that you grow in the garden, the little ones that have that intense flavor, they're almost a wild strawberry. It has that, and it stays. And then it has a little bit of incense just at the end of it, which is also gourmand. A little bit spicy, but not over. But the predominant thing is this gorgeous strawberryness. So if you like strawberry and you like sweet, I would say it's on the sweet side. It's not super sweet, but it's on the sweet side. But what is lovely is it's super persistent. So you can have one spray of this and it's going to make you smell like a strawberry patch. And I think it's cute and lovely. So let's put that back in its tube. Okay, so we're moving on again. So we've covered a lot of fruit, a lot of lactonic, creamy, caramel, sort of toffee notes in the white one, and in here the biscuity, also nice caramelly sweet notes. In this one also sweet notes, marshmallowy notes. And then there's this Argent Provocateur. It's the Argent Le Provocateur, the grey one, that because there's two Argents. This one, I have a 50 ml and I'm nearly finished it. It doesn't have huge staying power, as most of the recent Argent and modern perfumes don't. So you have to layer it with something else. I find layering it with musk. If you look at my previous video, I show you how to layer with musk. But this, oh my God, is a complete mood enhancer. So if you've ever had a day when you're just giving up the will to live because you just think, I can't deal with any more, the dog bites, the bee bites, the mailman delivered the wrong thing, your bank manager calls you and says that you've gone into overdraft, whatever it is, or you have a day at the dentist like I'm going to have tomorrow. This is an absolute mood lifter. Again, quite reasonable. This is a 50 ml, but I found the Argent Provocateur has this absolutely delicious mandarin, like when you peel a mandarin or a clementine and it sprays in your face, the zest of the skin. That lovely splash of citrus, but it's not a sharp citrus, it's a soft, delicious, juicy citrus. So that is gorgeous. So we've covered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I'm going to link them all below. I don't want to make this video go on too long. But anyway, there they are, the ones I've reviewed. And then there's a little bonus at the end. There's the Cabotine also. There's the Argent. I'm going to review 2 others that are in an upcoming theme. So one of the themes will be following on from the Gourmand, which I've done today, is fragrances that are really as good as, or even better sometimes, as the big hitters, the big names. Another Pascal Morobito from another line. They have different ranges. This range is gold and this is rose oud. So if you're into oud, which is a gourmand in a way, and there's a big trend at the moment with oud, which is literally saffron wood or wood. This is completely a mirror. It's quite a gorgeous thing. I think a husband or a lover would love to get this for his birthday or Christmas. It is literally like a heavy gold bar, 100 mils. And I adore this because I bought it as, oh my goodness, part of my rose collection. But it is so sexy and sultry, and oh my God, it throws out silage. It's got great length. It's stunning. So I think you should maybe go and have a look at that. You can find Pascal Morobito online. It's not difficult. This is supposed to be in the unisex line. I think I don't like to brand perfumes as male and female, but the truth is that men would love it, and it's probably in the men's area more than the women's. But hey, I love rose. And this is the only oud that I have absolutely fallen in love with. So if you know about all the Rose Ode, very expensive designer niche perfumes on the market, go and try that first because it's pretty stunning. So to end this video, another almost gourmand that I've fallen in love with, but this is going to be part of my upcoming video with iris perfumes. I love iris powdery notes. You may not, I don't know. What makes this gourmand for me is the neroli. And the neroli in this, which is a citrus, it's Italian citrus, often from Sicily or Amalfi. What makes this so lovely, the box is gorgeous. This is from Grasse. A lot of my rose and floral based perfumes are out of Grasse, where they make the original perfume oils, because let's face it, all the designer guys go to Grasse to buy their oils to make their perfume and their pure essences of flowers. It's where it all happens. So this is Jean de Provence, a really good make. I swear by them. I've never bought a bad one from them. I bought this blind, 100 mils. It's in quite a sort of classic bottle with a pull-off lid. And the iris in here is off the charts. But first of all, you get the absolutely gorgeous hit of neroli, the citric, that will remind you of the islands of Sicily if you've been on holiday in Italy, and will remind you of all those lovely summer holidays where you just dream of a lovely citrusy feeling. And then in comes the powdery iris, which is super clean, super fresh, and super almost virginal. It's fabulous. I adore it. I can't get enough of this. So there I've given you something to think about. So the two at the end are sort of gourmands with the ode and the neroli, but those are going to be part of upcoming. One that I'll do with oriental fragrances, one that I'll do with ode-based fragrances, and another that I'll do with powdery iris fragrances like Cerruti 1881, that is also iris that I love. So I think I've covered enough for today. What I want to say, like I do in every video, is enjoy your fragrance. You know, wear it as much as you want, but be careful if you're going to the office or you're at dinner or in an occasion where you're going to be seated next to someone. You don't want to overpower them. So go easy. And then maybe when you're at home with your intimate partner and your loved ones, then you can layer it on as much as you like, because around the house they're going to be smelling you anyway. So yeah, enjoy your fragrance. It's the easiest and the best way to change your mood and to uplift you during these difficult times we're living in through COVID variants and whatever. And remember to store your perfume in the box if you can. I know it's nice to have it all out on a lovely counter or in a cabinet, but keep it in the box unless you're going to use it in a couple of weeks. I store mine in a box in a cool place, dark place. So I'm saying chin chin to you here from Italy, and enjoy your gourmand fragrances. Please don't forget to subscribe, give me a like, and comment on what you've tried or what you'd like to try. From Amanda, bye from Italy. Bye, 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 bye.